I was on a panel this weekend with a couple of football pundits on YouTube, and I shared how I loved Martinelli, how I think Martinelli is coming back. But I was surprised when a lot of Arsenal fans in the comment sections were slating me for defending him. They accused me of getting too attached to players rather than my football club, and I've never denied it. I do know that I have certain attachment to certain players that I absolutely love and care for. But for Arsenal fans to be saying that Martinelli is finished after one bad season and a bad game last weekend is shocking to me. But you be the judge. Let me know in the comment section after you hear me talk if I'm being insane or just too attached to players. If you remember 2 seasons ago, the Shaka and Martinelli link-up was amazing. The silky 1-2s between Shaka and Martinelli, the beautiful through balls from Shaka to Martinelli, when Martinelli had options to come inside of the defender or go long, and Shaka will always find him. We've not been able to replace that. Havertz was supposed to be that guy. We all know how that turned out. He turns out to be a better striker than he is a left-sided midfielder. Now that Merino has been signed, Martinelli is coming back. Now, the drop-off last season from Martinelli was astronomical and inexcusable, going from 21 goal contributions to just 13 last season. It's inexcusable, considering a younger player, Saka, on the right, has been doing this season after season with nothing but progress. But he has also had more stability. He's had Odegaard right by his side. He's had Ben White consistently by his side. And they've built an unstoppable connection, an unstoppable bond that Martinelli simply has lacked. Going from Zinchenko to sometimes Kiwior and even Tomiyasu at left back sometimes. There was no opportunity to build a bond. And also the left-sided midfield, his closest midfield man. We went from Havertz at the start of the season to Declan Rice, who just had a completely different role, running to the box and try to get us a goal. He wasn't doing what Odegaard does for Saka on the other side. And I'm going to bring this up, not as an excuse for Martinelli, but as just something to note. The introduction of Trossard into the team. For the first time, Martinelli now has worthy competition. And as a young kid, that will affect you. Imagine if Saka had somebody who would come and compete with him. I don't think that will stop Saka's form, don't get me wrong, because I just think he's just cut from a different cloth. I imagine Martinelli had a lot of questions in his head at that point, seeing Trossard score week in, week out, assist week in, week out, and him struggling to find form. Again, not an excuse, but I just think it's noteworthy. Now, with the addition of Merino, a left-footed midfielder who keeps the game simple and who is also intelligent, much better Shaka, hopefully, he becomes for us. I expect Martinelli to start firing again. Imagine an Odegaard and Saka type connection on the left side. We will be unstoppable. We will be much more difficult to predict, and hence making us a stronger competitor for the title. I am so excited for this signing, and I can't wait for Arteta to work his magic with the rest of the squad. Now, I don't mean to belittle the impact of Trossard. He's been wonderful for us, and long may he continue. But we need Martinelli also firing. So instead of Trossard coming in and making a dramatic change, we have a Trossard who comes in off the bench and just does what he does and continues the path that Martinelli has been on, scoring goals and giving us assists again. But I might be wrong for thinking that Merino just walks into this team, just starts starting, and Declan Rice or Thomas Partey goes down to the bench. I don't know how it's going to play out, but we do know that we were lacking depth in that midfield. And Merino solves and answers a question that we definitely need answered. And with Eddie Nketiah definitely leaving now, I can't wait to see what forward player Arteta brings in. Hopefully a striker, because we definitely lack depth there, especially with Jesus and his constant injuries. We definitely need a different number 9. Come on, you Gunners. Last season we broke records. This season we win titles. In the wise words of Odegaard. Let me know your thoughts about this video in the comments. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It will truly help me out. Take care. God bless. Peace.